Hey guys, Joe Rare here from traffic. And this is new to me because I don't drive in the morning. Why? Because I don't like to. And I typically work from home. So this is a new one. But I'm actually on my way to start a new project with a new client. Actually the largest client I've ever had. Very, very cool opportunity, and it humbles me to sit back and think and say, 2 years ago when I really made the decision to go all in and become, run a marketing company and make that my new life, right? I've been doing marketing for a long time because I own other businesses, and of course, as you own a business, your entire job is sales and marketing. And so while I've been doing this as a practitioner, I haven't been doing this really as a consultant for more than a couple of years. And to think now, to look now and realize, that's, people are willing to pay me six figures to run some marketing, for their company is pretty incredible, really when everything's kind of self-taught, right? Like my degree, my education is more in health and wellness, and that's where I've kind of spent my life for the past decade, and it's an interesting shift. I think that in my gut, this is kind of where I've always really kind of fit best. I feel like every time somebody asked for help, I was eager to do this part of it. So it's actually a very nice transition. But interesting enough, this client that I'm actually just kicking off some projects for, we actually met in a very serendipitous way on a plane, and we kind of started chatting about some marketing strategies. He literally opened up his computer, in the age of obviously Wi-Fi on planes, which is amazing. We were able to actually look at some of his campaigns that he was running, and I, said, this isn't going to perform. This isn't going to give you really what you're looking for. Do this. And I literally grabbed his laptop, built him a campaign, right then, and said, hey, if you, do these 5 things, this thing will be up and running. And he literally, from that point forward, he shut off everything that his marketing person had been doing. And cost analysis, he was probably wasting about $12,000 to $15,000 a month just on kind of the inept actions that person was taking. So, long story short, cool serendipitous way to meet somebody. We've been negotiating for a couple months, and finally came to some terms, and I'm going to get rocking with them. But really the point is kind of why this morning rant is even existing is, as I kind of have to sit back and be grateful really for the opportunity and for getting to the point where it's like, wow, somebody's going to pay me, six figures to come in and take over their marketing and really run really the kind of the engine, right? The revenue generation for their entire company. I mean, that's a big deal, especially considering, and it's funny because I always have to come back to, like, I didn't go to school to do this. So it's an interesting paradigm to be kind of shifted into. And, as I sit here and ask myself, is it even possible to go out and do this and make six figures doing this, for a project, right? One client. I ask myself, well, God, is that even possible? And it kind of reminds me, I mean, this is kind of a kind of cliche old school story is, I had this high school basketball coach, Gary Donnell, if you happen to come across this, and, I really want to thank you for just, he said something to me back, I was 18 years old, kind of ending my high school career with athletics and so forth, and had opportunities to take on and go play football in college and take a scholarship, and I was kind of done with that. But basketball, he was my basketball coach. Basketball was really what I loved to play, and I said, hey, I've chosen that I'm going to go to UC Santa Barbara. I'm going to go to a D1 school. Do you think that I could walk onto the basketball team and play, right? They didn't recruit me. I wasn't recruited to any big schools to play basketball. But I decided I wanted to live at the beach and surf and do all that stuff. And so, do you think I could play basketball? Do you think I could actually make the team? And, so when I asked him that, he just looked at me point blank, as he always did, and said, do you? And I know what he meant. And of course, at first I said, no, seriously, can you answer me, because I need a yes or no. And I was looking for reassurance, but at the same time, he had a very unique way of teaching me, and he was a massive influence in my life overall. And someday you'll get the backstory on that. But he, I knew what he meant, and it was as much as he didn't give me the yes or the no that I was looking for. I was looking for the yes. I wasn't looking for the no. But the fact that he didn't give that to me at that time, it was still reassurance, because I understood what he meant, right? If I think I can do it, I can do it. And, Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, either way you're right. And that's exactly what he was getting at. And, Gary Donnell, thank you so much for saying those words, because I can't count the number of times in my life that those two words have rung in my head, and I've, kind of asked myself that question. And just a very interesting shift in my life, how my entire world has kind of changed over the past year. And, we've got another daughter on the way. So everything's changing, and, but it's very exciting. So, when you cross a road and you wonder, hey, is this the right path? Is this the right thing to be doing? Really just, kind of sit back and look at, okay, what do you want? And if you're asking yourself if it's possible, really it's going to come down to your own belief. So, suck it up, know what you want, go for it, go big. Now I'm sitting here going, hey, I got a client for 6 figures. Can I get another one? Can I get 2 more? Can I get, mid 6 figures? What is possible now? So it kind of opens some light to, to the future, and this is pretty exciting. So as I'm suffering through some traffic, it's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. I'll let you know how it unfolds. So let's go crush it, and I'll see you guys soon.